The oldest city in North America is Mexico City, founded in 1521. It's actually 40 years older than St. Augustine and was built up on the ancient ruins of the Aztec city Tenochtitlan. The Aztecs knew a thing or two about snacking and are actually responsible for the name chocolate. Today, we see if their ancient art of snacking translates to today's products as YTD travels back to Mexico. You tried it! You tried that. Heading across the border to Mexico. I'm Nick Norrick with my pals Chad Hancock.
Howdy.
Nick Geiger.
Hello.
All right, guys, it's a big day here. We've got
Big day.
some hot Mexican candy.
The biggest day, yeah.
The biggest day there is.
Mm-hmm.
It was a big day, and what goes better with the trip to Mexico than a random discussion about people getting fired at work. So,
big day for people getting fired today.
Big day for unemployment.
So there was a guy who, the guy is not a nice guy. Did some terrible stuff and was getting fired. But so you don't need to feel bad for him in this story. But one day there was at work an ambulance outside. I'm going to say, no, what's going on? We'll call the guy Joe, and he's like, "Oh, Joe got taken away in the ambulance." We knew Joe was in trouble already, and someone said, "Oh, he got fired too," and then he had a heart attack.
Oh, wow.
And so we're like, "Oh, what? That's not good." And so one of the guys who was with me, who had just heard the story, asked the legit question of, well, which happened first? You get fired or have a heart attack?
Yeah, good question.
And I'm like,
I was wondering that myself.
And I'm like, okay, so here's the scenario. Either you're fired, you have a heart attack, or you walk into the office, come on in, Joe, and then the boss says, this might not be the best time.
We call the paramedics?
We only keep people employed who have strong hearts. Get the fuck out.
Maybe not the best time, Joe, but we're going to have to let you go. So,
Can you breathe? Can you hear me? Okay.
If you can breathe, clean out your desk.
They're wheeling him out. They're like, wait, before you take him to the... Joe, you're fired. Just from the gurney. What?
I know your right arm might be feeling numb, but use that arm to pick up everything off your desk and walk out the door.
The boss is like chasing the ambulance. He balls up the pink slip and whips it through the window of the ambulance. Yes.
Wait, so did he really have a heart attack?
He did have. Well, I don't think it was a heart attack. I think it was like a reaction to getting fired, and he thought he was like, it was like a panic attack more of what it was.
Right.
Which makes
also a fireable offense. So yeah, makes sense.
Correct. I don't know what's going on with you. Right. Yeah. I was going to give you a raise, but
then you panicked, and now you're fired.
Yeah, he walks in, he's like, hey, we wanted to give you a promotion, and he's like, from the shock, just has a heart attack, and it's like, well, we don't like the weak heart, so promotion revoked, you're fired.
Today was going to be a coronation. Instead, it was a coronary. Get out of my office.
The boss is just ready with his zinger.
Doing stand-up while the guy's turning blue on the floor.
He's like, Joe, we want to promote you because we feel like you've got a lot of heart. Oh, maybe you don't. Maybe you don't have a lot.
Remember, listeners, don't feel bad. The guy's a jerk.
It was awful. Yeah, it was precursed that, right?
He is also alive still, correct? Or do you not know?
Yes. Nah, I wouldn't have told the story if he died.
Okay.
Really.
Anyway, I got to go to the guy's funeral. I'll save these zingers for there.
It turns out he only got promoted to hell. So there you go.
The boss showed up at his funeral to fire him.
I fired you before you could die.
He like slowly approaches the casket and just slides a pink slip into it and then walks away.
Leans over at the open casket. You're fired.
Give me the keys to your desk. I'm cleaning it out. What? He's dead. He can't hear you.
This is sounding real creepy in your ears.
Oh, the guy who hires and fires at your place of employment is also near death. He's like crypt keeper. Hey, is that how the crypt keeper talked?
He was only creepy when he said it in that voice. Just firing the guy at his funeral was legit.
Yeah, totally understandable.
So did they at his funeral, before they could fill the casket over the hole, did they back up a truck with all of his pencils and everything else from his desk and just kind of dump it all over the casket so he could be buried with his desk supplies?
You forgot this.
Yes, he had a human-sized grave hole's worth of pencils. You work at the number 2 pencil company, correct? Can we put that on? Can we put that on record now?
He was fired for the pencil thing, really.
Stealing pencils.
We can't have someone with a desk full of pencils working here. I'm sorry. It's just too much.
Sorry, we had to erase your life. Pencil erasers down.
Wow.
I meant job, actually, when I said that. That sounds terrible. Yeah, sorry. I really did mean job.
He's alive. The man's alive and well.
He's like lying there on the hospital, and they just take the pencil and just scratch R.I.P. into his forehead as he's getting carted off.
I like how I crossed the line and we're talking about dumping a truckload of pencils on his dead corpse. I'm the bad guy.
It was all the office supplies, to be fair. It was not just pencils.
Yeah, not just pencils. It was
staplers.
A lava lamp on there.
Yeah. Office supplies, huh?
Yeah. Do you guys at your work have something bizarre on your desk? Like, do you just have office supplies? I assume maybe a picture of your kids or family.
Right.
Yeah.
But do you have some kind of like decorative something or other on there?
I have like my son made me, I think it's supposed to be like a bank or something like that. It's like a big like shark with a mouth open, like. And so I don't know why I did that for the camera. No one can see.
Mm-hmm. His mouth was very wide.
Picture my mouth wide,
full of pencils,
and full of fucking pencils. And then I would just put something in there. I don't remember. Anyways, I haven't been in my office.
Money, I guess.
Yeah, I guess coins or something. Yeah.
Just filled with hundreds, just jamming all of
it. I really need to get back in the office. I have $32,000 in there. It's a giant shark. It takes up the whole desk.
It's a full life-size shark that he made an art class out of clay.
My son made me an ATM and painted a shark on the side.
It's an actual shark that you caught with like a fishing line, and it's just been sitting on your desk for the last year, like rotting away. Yeah. You're gonna go back in. It's just gonna be a skeleton with all the number 2 pencils that you'd shoved in. Line everywhere.
Chad, what do you have on your desk?
It's pretty much standard monitor and stuff. I have 3 pictures, and next to my desk I have a water bowl for Napoleon when I used to be able to bring him into the office, and that stuff's still just been sitting there. So I don't know if I'll ever see those pictures again.
Are all those 3 of those pictures of a Reese's cup or no?
Yes, it's 3 pictures of a Reese's cup. One of them is me and my wife at our wedding, but I taped a picture of a Reese's cup over her face.
And a picture of a shark over your face.
And then another one is us at Disneyland, and standing in front of the Mickey Mouse statue that's like in the middle of Main Street right there. And that one also, Reese's cup over her face and Mickey's face. 2 cups right there.
Right.
Got to cover both of them up.
2 cups, 1 Chad.
So, Geiger, somebody at your work was brandishing a knife. Is that correct?
Yep. Anyway, first
night. Cool.
No,
they were using it to slice open a shark and get the number 2 pencils with it.
They were trying to take all that money. Yeah, no, there was a guy that, I'm like you, I'm not going to give his real name. We'll call him...
Joe.
Do it. Joe, same dude.
Same guy. So he got fired from your job, came over to mine, and we instantly fired him. He was using a knife to cut open his own heart. No, this guy's name was, let's call him Bill. And Bill was just a weird dude. Everyone in the office knew him as a weird guy. Like, we had a Halloween costume contest, which I did not participate, but you could optionally if you wanted to. And most people would put on their costumes, walk around the office a little bit. They take pictures. They have a contest, and then they take them off. 3:00 in the afternoon, someone calls me over here and is like, you got to see Bill. So I had to talk to him anyway about something for work, and I come over. He had apparently dressed like Effie Trinket from the Hunger Games, like dress, makeup, wig, everything. And so I walk up, and he's still dressed like Effie Trinket at his desk, just banging away on his keyboard, like really seriously. And so I go, and I'm like, "Hey, Bill, that ticket you put in." He's like, and he looks at me and goes, "May the odds forever be in your favor." And I'm like,
"Oh boy,
that ticket you put in. I'm not doing this. I'm not Hunger Game cosplaying with you." So, and then later on, so he was well known not only as being weird, but like just horrible at the job. And so we had a Christmas party. There's a corporate Christmas party at this hotel, and I had actually just flown back from Germany that day. So it was like basically getting up and flying back at 8:00 a.m. German time, which is 2:00 a.m. Chicago time, landing in Chicago at 3 in the afternoon, went home, changed, and my wife wanted to go to the party. So I then went down to this party in Chicago, and I am like toast. I'm like, every picture of me is just like white as a ghost, just barely awake.
Right.
And so the next day, my wife is like, "Oh, your coworker Bill is really nice." I'm like, "Huh?" Because there's a couple guys named quote unquote Bill at the office. And I'm like, "Bill, who?" She's like, Bill
Hunger Games.
Yeah, Bill Hunger. Yeah, Effie Trinket is really nice. And I'm like, no, that guy's bizarre. And she's like, no, he's really nice. And I told him how we were looking to buy a house, which we were at the time, and like one of the places we were looking at buying a house in Buffalo Grove, and he lives there. So he said, he'd look at a couple of houses in his neighborhood. I'm like, no, he's not going to do that. Like, if we go and move into his neighborhood, we're basically just going to wind up in his crawl space. That dude's fucking weird. So I show up to work on Monday.
Turns out one of the places was his crawl space. He's like, only $100,000 live under my house.
20 square feet.
So he's probably a killer, but kind of lazy. Like he's not going to go a town over. So as long as
within
the city
you're out of
limits,
the jurisdiction. Yeah,
okay.
No, he's a very close to home killer.
Uh-huh.
But I get to work on Monday. There is a stack of papers on my desk of houses in the area, and he comes up. He's like, "Yeah, hey, your wife told me you're looking at this one's right next to me, and this one's down the street." And I did a home tour of one yesterday to see what the layout was like. Did you want to talk about it? And I'm like, "You did what? No, I don't want to talk about it." And he's like, 20 houses that he spent all weekend looking up and printing off on the internet. I'm like, oh fucking god, no.
Wow.
I toured this one while the family was sleeping. They had no idea.
This one, you really ought to look at how secure the upper window is, because I got in real easy. Easy.
This one right here, I've already got the hidden cameras installed in the bathroom, so that one should be great for you.
Yeah.
Any house in Buffalo Grove, you name it, I will get it empty for you, my friend.
Oh, you want to see it? He just shows me a camera. It's like of the toilet bowl up. I'm like, wait a minute, what do you?
He's like, you name the house, I will empty it out, and I'll paint the walls arterial red at the same time. 2 for 1.
Like, but people are living here, and he pulled out the knife. I'm like, not anymore. I'm like, oh god, no. So anyway, he is in the kitchen sometime later on, and he is talking to some folks, and the subject of his wedding came up. And he had mentioned that he had invited his ex-girlfriend to their wedding, and he had not told his wife. And she still to this day did not know. He thought it was just some random friend of his. And like,
classy.
Who cares? Yeah, it's weird, but who cares?
Mm-hmm.
And so other coworkers like, oh, I don't know. Next time I see her, I'm going to tell her. And he goes, you better not. And he goes like, what? And he goes, and he pulls out this like butterfly knife, starts whipping it around and like grinning at him. Right. And and he claims he was joking.
Mm-hmm.
But I think given this guy's history of somewhat erratic behavior, it didn't really help his story. So immediately I was on a team where I had some control over some of our internal systems, and I get an email like, shut Bill's access down now. I'm like, okay. So I shut it down, and they get him, and they send over this like 4'9" HR girl over there to get him out of there. And he's like, I'm like slamming stuff around and all angry. I'm like, he's got a knife. Like everyone's all like staying away from him. And he sat in the lobby of our office building the rest of the day, hoping to catch someone when they came out to lunch to ask him if he could have his job back, until they actually had security escort him away. So, yeah, kind of weird.
That is fucked.
And yeah, but you know what? When we have cookout, he lives next door. The cookouts are great. He comes over. He's always got lots of raw meat to cook up. I never question where he got it from. Looks a lot like human calves. No,
Yeah, you ever need to borrow a butterfly knife or butter? Either one, he can help you.
Right. Yeah, we have Hunger Games marathons. He acts out the scenes. It's great.
Wow, Bill.
Yeah, Bill. Wild
Whatever
Bill.
happened, old Bill?
Who gives a fuck? No, I don't know.
Our listeners, they're
Oh yeah, he went to work for one of our partners or something like that.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, I mean, he has experience in the industry. They don't know that
he started up, I guess, this company, Microsoft. I don't know.
He started
Bill
up
Gates flipping his butterfly knife around.
He started up Microsoft. Yeah. By the way, I'm also like 80 years old.
Yeah, that's the Bill.
Yeah. He ran for president. He's married to Hillary, I think. I don't know.
I think your story like really exemplifies the problem with today's society and like cancel culture and everything. Like you
Right.
can't even take a knife into work and brandish it at people without risk of losing your job.
It was a
terrible.
joke, guys. It was a harmless, meaningless joke.
Is this the same Bill that was like had that sitcom, but then got in a bunch of trouble for like assaulting women?
Oh, that one. Yeah, no, it's Bill Cosby.
Okay.
Yeah. He was like, yeah, Bill Cosby was like, I got some houses in my neighborhood. And I'm like, nah, cool, that's cool, Bill. I don't have a spare $9 million laying
my
around.
houses.
Would you like to come over?
This crawl space already filled with jello. Come on over.
May the odds be forever in your favor.
Bill Cosby was dressed as a Hunger Games lady.
You gotta come over here. Bill Cosby's doing Hunger Games impressions. What? Bill Cosby works here? All right.
Cosby as Effie Trinket. I want to see that.
All right, we'll give you some more time to think of some more famous Bills as we go here.
Was he just a Bill on Capitol Hill? There's one.
There's one.
Okay, we can cut
There's
that out.
a famous Bill.
That's how you finish a joke going, that's a joke, right?
Let's eat some Mexican snacks. We gotta get to them. We got 3 snacks. To rate them on a 5-point scale. I love that, like that, indifferent to that, dislike that, and hate that. Let's start. We're gonna split up the hot ones. Oh, we should say first that these snacks were sent to us by longtime regular guest Allison. So Allison, thanks for picking these up.
Thank you, Allison.
Yeah,
Maybe
thank
thank you. We'll see.
From a market right near her. So since we were just talking Cosby, let's start with the squinkles.
These, I gotta say, look fucking terrible.
There's a very funny duck on the front of him, though.
Yeah.
There's a
very
very
hip,
funny
though.
duck.
It's called
He's
the
like
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Describe the duck further. Go ahead.
Oh, he looks like he would appeal to the youth. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
Yeah, it definitely
Right,
looks
good
like
note.
a Bart Simpson kind of rip-off duck. Like he's got toot and some shades.
Yeah. He looks fun.
Did you guys like the movie Howard the Duck when you were a kid?
Never saw it.
I don't think I liked it as a kid, and I actually went back and watched it as an adult, and ooh boy.
It's like
Yeah,
infamous, like one of the biggest bombs in Hollywood history, I think, right?
We had it on like VHS or something, recorded off TV. Oh, so I watched it a bunch because it was one of the few movies we had.
You watch it a bunch because it has like a naked duck in a bathtub.
It has
right?
yeah,
Is that
not,
what-
Oh,
it has like anthropomorphic
something?
duck boobs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that on Mr. Skin somewhere?
I hope.
Is it what's the premise of that movie? Is it he's a human duck or something?
Yeah, he like comes. There's like a rift in
comes?
time that brings him. He comes.
He comes.
There's a rift
He
in time
comes all over the duck titties. That's the movie.
like a minute and a half. It's just like,
Now I know you watched it.
he
Wow, minute and a half
There's a
straight
rift-
of him blowing
a
ropes. That's
rift
actually
in
really
time
long.
where he like is transported to Earth from his own like different reality. So
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
and then he has to try to get back.
Oh,
And
okay.
he befriends a woman, and it's like a weird one of those weird things where they have like a puppet, and like a woman
Yeah.
love each other.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
So
Sounds good. I might watch it now.
the same one that happened with Mr. Bill. Remember that episode?
Right.
Okay, so
Duck
Swinkles Rellenos, pineapple flavored candy stripped with tamarind flavored filling. And
These are
it's like a bunch. Like there's what 4 in the package, and they're just little stringy. I don't know. How would you describe these? Like basically
You know
number
what
2 pencil size.
the shape reminds me of like a like if you ever use a hot glue gun. This looks like one of the things you put through the hot glue gun. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yes.
almost that exact length and shape.
But it's like a weird. What color is this? Brown.
It's like orange.
Orange, brown.
The actual thing is maybe yellow, but it's covered in orange spice or something.
And there's like a little filling.
Pineapple is a rare flavor that you don't see in many things.
It does have a pretty noticeable pineapple flavor. It's soft, chewy.
Mm-hmm.
Not all that spicy, no?
No.
I thought it was going to be hotter since the word it says hot candy on it.
Yeah.
I can't tell what it reminds me of.
It's
Reminds me kind of the Squinkles, but maybe just a little
kind of
bit.
strange. I don't know why I can't put my finger
It's
on why.
gummy in like a, but more of like a fruit snack gummy way.
Yeah.
There's definitely like a, if you look at it from the side, the outside's like a gumminess, but the inside of the circle is like a paste.
Yeah.
All right,
boy.
Geiger. What do you think?
Guys, I don't like this very much. It tastes kind of sour, and I think the spice. I don't know. Maybe I'm probably overstating this a little bit, but it kind of for some reason it like has like almost like a acid refluxy bile like aftertaste, like after you just kind of have a hot barf and you got that little juice in your mouth. That's kind of what
Yeah,
it
it
tastes
does.
like to me. Which that's overstating it. It doesn't taste like barf. I'm not saying that.
No. Hint of hot barf, though.
Hint of hot squinkle barf. It does taste like pineapple. It's just too sour, and I think I don't get the seasoning. I don't know what it's supposed to be doing. It doesn't taste hot. It doesn't make it taste good. It's just there, and I think that's half the reason the aftertaste is off-putting. So it's not a hate that, but it is a dislike that for me. I do not like the Squinkles. As fun as it is to say Squinkles.
All right, I hate that, or I'd hate that.
Nope.
I dislike that to start. Chad, what do you think?
You know, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. At least, like, as I was chewing it, right? I think because it wasn't as spicy as I was sort of expecting. But it is bad. I don't mind pineapple. Like, pineapple's a fine flavor. You know, it's not, like, one of my favorite fruits or whatever. I don't ever reach for it, but it's fine. But there is that tint, that just tiny little bit of hot barf, and the little, even though it's not spicy, that little bit of spicy is still gross to me. This thing's weird, but I don't like it, so it's a dislike that also.
All right, you guys hit it right in the head. I actually anticipated possibly hating this thing.
Me too.
Right.
So a little bit of credit for that. It's slightly better than I thought, probably just because it's not hot. The flavor, actually, my first bite, I thought, well, this might be decent, but it's the hot barf.
It's the hot
It's
barf,
hard
right?
to get by, yeah.
Yeah.
You've done a barf.
All right. So I'm going to triple up. We've got an unwelcome visitor, 3 dislikes for Squinkles. So pretty beatable.
Squinkles.
Let's go to the Bubu Lubu Mini. The Bubu Lubu is marshmallow with chocolate flavored coating and strawberry gummy.
So it's kind of shaped like a peanut. It's small bar, thick, coated in chocolate.
We ate something similar to this a while back. I can't remember the
Turkish
name.
Delight, sort of. Is this similar to that, or
It could have, might have
Ocho
been.
bar had that jelly in it.
No. It was just like a bar with like a raspberry filling as half of it, covered in chocolate. The cross section, the top part, you can see the strawberry. It's really just almost half and half. You can see strawberry across the top, marshmallow across the bottom.
Yeah. It's very soft, the marshmallow.
Mm-hmm.
Chocolate's not bad.
This is it's called a mini, and I'd say the whole thing said and done is maybe a slightly bigger than a fun size candy bar that you'd get, but it seems like enough. I'm not saying that in like a dislike it way, but I can't imagine what a huge version of this would be.
Yeah,
I think the proportions
what's the
here are fine.
Bubu Lubu regular?
Mm-hmm. What do you think of this thing, Chad?
You know, again, I'm a little pleasantly surprised here that this is. I came into this looking at these 3 snacks. I'm going to be honest, expecting 3 hate dats from me, but both of them have outperformed so far. I actually think this is pretty good. It's a good idea. I like where their heads are at. I wish the chocolate was a little bit better chocolate. Like the chocolate's only okay, but the marshmallow is fine. The strawberry flavor is pretty good actually, and I kind of like the consistency and the mouth feel as you're chewing through it. You get like some soft, but then like the gummy sort of like mixes nicely. I think I will give this a very low level like that. I think it's all right. I'm probably going to eat the other ones that she sent along. It's not bad.
Okay, I think you're right. Something I like about this. It's different than so many of the candies that we have on the store shelf.
Yeah.
In the United States are very similar. There's nothing quite like this, and it benefits from that. I would like the ratio to be a little more chocolate and a little less of the fruit. The fruit tastes good, but it overwhelms it a tiny bit. However, I ate the whole thing. I would eat another one. I'm also going to give this, and it's still a low level, but a like that. So 2 like that. Geiger, do you agree?
Yeah, much like NBA legend Bill Russell, this is a pleasant rebounder. I like this a lot, actually. I think unlike a lot of the candies we had like this, like other candies we've had like this where there's multiple flavors in there, you end up tasting just one thing. And I think this one does a good job of like I could taste the fruit, I could taste the chocolate, and I could kind of taste the marshmallow, and it all kind of worked together. And it wasn't one dominant part of it that made it bad. It was really like nice blend. This is a strong like that for me. In fact, I almost consider love. I think it's really good. I like the fruit flavor, and I think the chocolate, while it probably isn't outstanding chocolate on its own, it's like decent chocolate for something like this. And the marshmallow, like Chad said, is soft, which is also sometimes where these things fall down. So I thought this was really good.
All right. The opposite end here, we got 3 likes, a welcome visitor. So, Geiger, I do think your rate is a bit better than your nickname design of the pleasant rebounder.
Yeah.
The name Bill Russell was well known for.
Boo this man.
Remember when they called him the pleasant rebounder because he was so gentle and genteel as he would collect the missed shots?
All right, segment time, Chad.
Here's where I should have used my Bill on Capitol Hill joke, because then we could have transitioned from Capitol Hill to Presidents to Mount Rushmore to Mount Snackmore. See, that would have been really good.
Yeah.
Would have been.
Yeah, can we do it now?
Well, all right, we're doing a Mount Snackmore today, and today's is going to be a dessert Mount Snackmore, aka Mount Dessertmore. So you all know how this works. We're going to have 10 categories of desserts. We're all going to rank them, average the scores, and find out what the best dessert category is. So here we go. Here are the 10 categories in no particular order. Cake, and that includes cupcakes. Fruit pies, so specifically pies with like fruit in them.
Thanks for the clarification.
Which I wanted to make sure was separate from cream pies, right? So that's a separate category, is the cream pies. Pies with cream in them.
Yeah.
Okay. Next category, ice cream. Then we've got cookies. Then brownies.
Oh, this is going to be tough.
Yeah.
Cheesecake. Then we've got fruit.
Okay, not as tough.
Wait, just fruit?
Fruit. Often a dessert in many parts of the world and for children. Puddings. And that includes things like creme brulee here in the pudding category. And last but not least, chocolate. And I'm not specifically referring to chocolate bars, more like chocolate truffles or fudge, those kinds of things. Sort of.
Wait, I missed one. Was cream pies one too? That was the one
cake,
right after fruit pies.
pie, cream pie.
Okay.
Oh, so cream pie is one.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't write that one down either. Okay,
My bad.
No candy, huh? Other than chocolate.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really like. I'm thinking after dinner, you sit down to a dessert, and like you wouldn't necessarily open
I
up
order
a
gummy
Reese's
worms
cup
at the
for
restaurant
dessert.
all the time.
Yeah, right, exactly. All right, so while you guys are putting together your rankings, I will give you mine because I did it ahead of time. So for me, the worst of these, number 10 spot is pudding. I don't really care about puddings in general. Creme brulee is fine, but I basically never order it unless it's like the only dessert on the menu. Number 9, I'm going to go cheesecake, which might be a controversial opinion. I know people love cheesecake. And again, I think cheesecake is okay, but it's just something that I never really order. And most cheesecakes, I don't know. I just find them like either too rich or something like that. Number 8, I'm going to go fruit. I like a good slice of watermelon, can be like a nice refreshing dessert, or sometimes like an orange, something like that. But again, it's still pretty low ranking. 7, I'm going to go chocolate. I do like, chocolate a lot, but everything else here I kind of would prefer. Number 6, I'm going to go actually cream pies. And my favorite kind of pie is a banana cream pie, but I put it lower than fruit pie because I think the rest of the cream pies, like chocolate cream pie, Boston cream pie, which I think isn't even really a pie, I just don't really ever get those. I don't love those too much. Or like the meringue pies, I don't care about. Then just above that at number 5, I'm going fruit pie. I do like fruit pies a lot, but everything else on this list that I haven't said yet is better. Here's where it got tough for me. I actually had a lot of trouble ranking these top 4. Number 4, I put ice cream. I love ice cream, but I don't want to eat it if it's cold, which is the only reason I put it number 4
What?
here.
Wait. You don't want to eat
cold
ice cream?
outside.
If the weather is cold.
Okay.
Yes.
Only like a hot runny dish of milk. All right.
actually, that reminds me of a story. My wife went to Marie Callender's. You guys know Marie Callender's?
Yeah.
It's like she went there. She used to go there all the time with her friend, and they would just get pie. And one time they went and she got some pie a la mode, and she asked them to heat up the pie. She's like, "Oh, can you put the pie in the microwave?" And the waitress was like, "Really?" And she's like, "Yeah, put the pie in the microwave for like 10 seconds, heat it up." And the waitress is like, "Are you sure?" And my wife's like, "Yeah, do it." So the waitress comes back she had microwaved the entire dish. She had put the ice cream on, then microwaved the pie. And it was just this like soupy mess on the plate.
Save one scoop of ice cream that she couldn't throw away.
And my wife's like, "What are you doing? Like, why would you think I would want the ice cream microwaved?"
I don't like my ice cream cold. Please nuke it.
And so then she had her fired. She made the waitress clean out her desk.
Good.
We'll call her Bill.
We'll call her Joe Bill. So then number 3 for me is brownies. I do love brownies, but the other 2 are better. 2, I put cookies. I thought about putting cookies number 1 because chocolate chip cookies are so good, but there are a lot of cookies that like I don't really care about as much. So that leaves number 1, cake. To me, the best dessert in the world is a chocolate cake. I had to put it number 1 for that reason.
I feel like I knew you were going to do that. In fact, I in my head, I'm like, Chad's either got chocolate chip cookies or cake, number 1. I couldn't figure out which one. But
there you go. Who's ready?
I am.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. I don't like pie. Let's just establish that from the beginning. I don't like pies at all.
This guy's anti-pie.
My scores are going to drag these things straight out of the top if they had any shot. Fruit pie is last. There's almost not a piece of fruit pie I would ever order or enjoy. So fruit pie would be last, and then cream pie would be 9th. So those are way at the bottom. I really struggle to rank fruit because I do like fruit a lot. Oh, actually, I before fruit I put pudding 8. I'm not a huge pudding fan. I have nothing against it, but it's just not as good as many of these other things.
Mm-hmm.
So I put fruit 7. I like it, but I thought, well, would I really care if they brought me a thing of fruit for dessert? Probably not.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to put fruit 7. I've got 6 cheesecake. I do really like cheesecake. I think it's very good. But if someone else has some, I like to have a bite of it, but I rarely order it on my own because I have trouble finishing a whole piece. It's just so rich.
Same.
Right.
5, I'm putting cake. I'm not a huge cake
Wow.
person. I'm not a big cake fan.
Wow.
I'll eat cake at a birthday, at a wedding, something like that. I don't seek it out. There's like a couple of cakes that I really like. One being, which I had a piece of today, the cake from Portillo's, the restaurant by us. The chocolate cake is very, very good.
Yeah, they do have a good
but
chocolate cake.
Not a huge cake fan. So this is where it got a little harder for me. 4, I'm putting chocolate. I love candy bars, but since this was more just pieces of chocolate, which I also love, I'm just going to put it 4. The top 3 are very tough. Ice cream is amazing. I love ice cream in many forms, but I did put it 3rd because it cannot compete with the top 2. 2, brownies.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that
The
was
problem,
number 1.
Yeah,
no, I knew he was going to put number 1 cookies. I knew it.
Here's the thing. A brownie, it's I've had too many bad ones. And when it's not done right and when the brownie is dry, it's no good. Like the slightly worse version of the cookie is still better to me than the bad version of a brownie. A very good brownie is very hard to beat.
Yeah.
The only thing in the world that can beat it is the top-notch cookie. Top-notch chocolate chip cookie is my favorite dessert on the planet. So cookie number 1.
Nice.
All
right, Matt.
Okay. For me, number 10, the band cake. No, I'm kidding. I actually put fruit 10.
Yeah.
Because I don't consider it a dessert.
And you're also allergic to most of it.
I can't eat most of the fruit. So that also knocks it down. But
I
it's
never
also
had a shot in this thing.
right.
No.
Well, and it's like, even if I could, again, I think to your point, when you look for, like, a lot of times I won't eat dessert unless I'm at a restaurant. I look forward to getting something. I'm not going to look forward to getting like a bowl full of fruit at a restaurant. Like, look at this decadent dessert. So I won't eat that. That's 10.
That explains our round natures that we have.
Our round natures. That's a very delicate way to say I'm overweight. Number 9 is chocolate pieces of candy. I like chocolate. As a dessert, I don't know that I would ever like. To me, Chad, your description of candy kind of actually crystallized that for me. Like, I wouldn't just sit down and eat a couple truffles for dessert, probably.
No, and you'd never be like, give me fudge for dessert, right?
Right. I don't want that fudge.
Yeah.
It's fun to say, fudge, but no. Number 8, I have fruit pies for the same reason I have fruit. Fruit pies are good. I can't eat strawberry pie. I can't eat apple pie. I think all those are fantastic. I just can't do it. So therefore, they are going to get dragged down by my body's inability to consume them. Number 7, cheesecake suffers the same fate a little bit. Cheesecake is awesome. I love cheesecake. It'll make me blow a hole through my shorts if I eat too much of it. So a lot of intestinal problems are leading to my rankings here. Sorry. We're
just
cruising
get
on
to the toilet. Get to the toilet.
Get to the toilet, Cam, says Bill. Number 6.
He's just feeding you cheesecake because he's like, I just want to watch you clog up the cam.
Let's see that
Just
dumper.
brown out my hidden cams.
See that dumper. I'm just like pooping and I hear like ree, like it's like oscillating back and forth.
Oh, I thought he had a wiper on the camera lens.
Yeah, he learned his lesson after your first piece of cheesecake installed. It's got like its own windshield fluid and stuff.
This guy eats nothing but cheesecake, I think. Where was I? Okay, number 6. Pudding. Pudding's fine. Pudding's the kids' dessert.
Pudding's fine. That's it.
Oh, girl.
What about Jello pudding pops? What do you think of that?
Bill, hey, what's up? Trim your hedges.
It's time for the quarter quell.
Who will serve as tribute?
Peter's arm smelled like bread.
What?
That was
Peter's arms smell like bread?
That's the one line I remember when I read the first book that I thought was the stupidest fucking line. She's talking about how Peter's arm smelled like
because
bread
he was a baker
because he
or
worked in the
something. Yeah,
bakery.
right.
Yeah, I just made fun of that.
His name
line,
was Pita. Pita bread.
Oh boy.
Mhm.
Improv, everyone. No. So pudding's okay, but it's
Yeah.
really a kid's dessert. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll eat some of theirs, but that's about it. 5, cake.
You
Here's my
fucking
problem with
assholes.
cake and cupcakes.
You fucking assholes.
My problem. I agree with you, Chad, that a good piece of chocolate cake is fantastic. Cake to me, though, there's so many mediocre to bad ones. Every time I eat one, it's like dry. There's a ton of super sugary frosting that I don't even want to eat by the time I get to the end. And cupcakes, especially here, like in Chicago, there's all these boutique cupcake stores. Cupcakes have turned into like this much cake and a metric pound of frosting on top, and I don't want to eat all that shit. So
I'd say with like 75% of the cupcakes I eat, I scrape the frosting off of it because it's never good.
Right. And again, not bad. It's not like I'm anti-cake. I'm just I don't want to eat it.
Put it 5. That's where it belongs.
Right. 4 is cream pie.
Wow.
I'd rather eat like a French silk pie than a cake.
You know we're talking about the food.
Yes. Yeah. You know what I love? You know what I'm putting on my mom? An ice cream pie. Anyway, I also love a key lime pie. I don't know if that counts as cream pie. 3, cookies. Cookies are good. Cookies are great. A good chocolate chip cookie is great. Again, there's so many cookies that we eat, though, that are not great, I think. And I guess that's true of all these things, but a really good chocolate chip cookie is great, but I think I would probably order out a cookie less than I would at these other things. 2, brownie. Brownie is fantastic. A good brownie is great. Warm. I even like some nuts in there once in a while. Some frosting on top, no frosting. There's all kinds of variations of brownie that are tasty. Even brownies are one of the few baked, like gluten-free foods you can have that are actually pretty decent. You have to eat it. Yeah, I know. Well, not as good as regular, but
back it up.
You got to eat it right away.
Edit point.
That's worse than my Bill on Capitol Hill bullshit.
Mr. Crosby, it says here you also fed the woman brownies, gluten-free brownies. I would never do that. What? That's a monstrosity.
I'd rather put them in the quarter quail than give them gluten-free brownies. I'm not even doing the voice anymore. Just my regular voice, but shaking my head.
Hey guys, what's up?
Translates well to the audio format.
No, if my wife would eat a non-gluten-free brownie, she'd brown out that camera. We'd just be browning that camera out on a 24-second cycle. 24 seconds. Wow.
Speaking of browning out, tell us your number one dessert, Geiger.
Look, I will brown out. This is another thing that'll make me blow a metric ton of shit through the toilet. But I love it so much I don't care. Especially during quarantine, this is the one thing I wanted. I've got like such a huge craving for now. And like at least once a week, I'll go get a shake or like an ice cream. I love ice cream. It is maybe the worst possible food I could eat for being lactose intolerant. I don't give a shit. I give lots of shits actually, but I don't care. I will eat it. I love it. It's versatile. There's so many good flavors. You can do all kinds of stuff with it. I love ice cream. Ice cream's good.
Is locking 25 people in the bathroom with you shitting the quarantine quell?
Yes, it's
That's totally one of you guys. I try to really stay away from this stupid fucking pun jokes that you guys use all the time. It's rubbing off on me, I guess. I don't
know. Okay. Well, this is actually interesting. We have we have a pretty clear cut top 4 here. So it's not really a controversy here. But starting at the bottom with 25 points, we've got fruit. I 100% predicted that to be last. Just above it, which I also predicted at ninth, is pudding with 24 points.
Pudding.
Now, this was the shocker of the tournament to me.
What?
And I think we're going to get a lot of hate mail. We might actually get mail, but it'll be hate mail for having this low. I know this is going to be very unpopular among some of our listeners. 23 points, almost equal to pudding, fruit pie. An unbelievably low ranking for that. I do love fruit pie, but that's wild to have it that low.
Fruit pie.
Fruit pie. Cream pie is more fun.
All right, and then 22 points, just right in a row here. Cheesecake. And then in sixth place at 20 points, much higher than I expected, is chocolate. And then just above that, in our crazy horse position, at fifth place with 19 points, cream pie. So that rounds out our top four. Our Mount Dessertmore, a.k.a. Dessert Mount Snackmore. Fourth place, 11 points. It's still in there on the back of me, is cake. Thank God. And then 8 points. Third place is ice cream. Then this was very close. 8 points, 7 points, 6 points for the top three. 8 points ice cream, 7 points brownies, 6 points cookies. So that is the Washington spot.
That's a good Mount Rushmore.
I'm okay with that. It's a good list.
Yeah. That's a good list. Yeah. I'm happy with all those desserts. All right, that's official. You must get those desserts now.
Great.
All right, we got one snack to go, and it's the Vero Mango Chili Pepper Powder Covered Mango Lollipop. And a funny character on the front is just basically this lollipop with sunglasses on and a smile saying, "Hey, good looking." Yeah. And the looking, the two O's in looking are at signs.
I do not understand that at all.
He is looking at us when he says it. So.
Smells real bad.
It's not shaped like a circle. It's shaped like this fucking potato head guy.
I have not tried it yet, but my wife really likes these, has been eating them all. And she said, "What are you eating?" I said, "We're eating those mango pops," and listed the other stuff. And she said, "Uh-oh." I think there's one left. And she's like, "I thought you already ate them." So luckily this is the last one.
It looks like a chicken nugget on a stick.
Holy fuck.
Oh.
What is that flavor?
Am I supposed to get to a point where it tastes good?
Where's the mango? Oh, fucking hell.
She's eaten multiple of these. That's what you're leading me to believe.
Wait, let me try it again.
Holy shit.
Ah! Oh, I took a big suck that time.
It's really coarse on the outside. It looks like an overcooked chicken nugget. How do you describe this taste?
It's like super tart to the point of like bitter almost.
But also like a little, it's bitter plus a little bit spicy, right? Like just the tiniest bit.
Yeah.
Bitter plus spice, like the two worst.
Yeah.
I wish I had it in me to get to more of the mango on the inside.
I was bummed out neither of these were super hot so that you could tell us what Carlos Santana would think.
Oh yeah, neither of these were a hot one. I am trying to bite through the outer coating to see if I can get any mango, and it's not working.
I steadfastly refuse.
That is actually Carlos Santana. This is my favorite of our impressions.
Well,
Jesus fucking Christ!
I'm going first. All right. I'm not gonna. I can unequivocally say this is one of the worst things we've ever had on this podcast. It's bad in every way. it's the spice isn't good. I guess I don't even know. I'm trying to like pick out the flavors. I can't pick out even when I'm tasting, and it's really hard to describe what's bad about it. And it doesn't even have like a pleasant. The fact that the texture is really rough, it's like sandpaper rough on the outside of this thing, which is very unpleasant. It's drying my mouth out more. I really, really dislike this thing. This is a very easy hate dat. Geiger, what do you think?
Yeah, this is trash. This is real bad. The only good thing about this is that it calls me good looking. That's about the only thing it had going for it. It tastes bad. Like you said, it's like salty and like briny or something. I don't even know how to explain the taste, but it's like I don't know where the mango is. It's like it tastes like it's covered in like Lowry seasoned salt. It makes no sense. It's not good. I maybe once you suck away all the seasoning, you get to the actual mango flavor. I'm not gonna wait around to find out. The aftertaste is still in my mouth and it's awful. I'm actually kind of like worried for your wife's sanity that she's eaten multiple. I mean, it shouldn't surprise me. I know she likes to eat a lot of different things.
Right.
But like, how could she have eaten 2 of these and enjoyed them? Is beyond me. This is a hate dat all the way. This thing sucks, Chad. I'm trusting you to do what needs to be done here.
I am trying to think where this ranks on the worst things we've eaten list. You know, like honestly would. I think I would honestly take a bite of a Fit Crunch. I'd rather take a bite of a Fit Crunch than finish. I'd rather finish a Fit Crunch bar than try to finish this popsicle.
Ooh, I don't know.
I think.
I don't even know if it's possible.
Fit Crunch.
I don't think you remember how much of a.
I don't think it's possible to finish this fucking popsicle. It's like, I mean, is it possible to like continue to suck on sandpaper until eventually like you eat it? You know what I mean? Like the texture is terrible. It's so unpleasant in your mouth. The flavor is a combination of bitter and spicy that is just revolting. I tried biting through that to get to the mango, and even if you get a little bit of the flavor on the inside, your mouth is just so fucked over at that point that there's no way to even taste it. Like your taste buds are blown out completely by this thing.
Your mouth has been fucked over. Stabbed in the back of your mouth.
This if it's not the worst thing we've eaten on the podcast, it's on the it's near the top. It's on the Mount Shitmore for sure. This thing is terrible. Hate that.
Flaming bag of dog shit. The Vero Mango Lollipop, and the winner for today, the Bubu Lubu. And it won straight out
Boo-boo.
with the welcome visitor, 3 likes. So we'll give it credit. It didn't back its way in. It got a strong showing. So we do recommend, giving those a shot. Geiger, where can listeners contact us?
If you want me to move next to you and want to do all the work to help me find a house, if you have a knife, if you have ever had a heart attack and simultaneously were dismissed from your place of employment, if you like these mango things, I don't know how, but like reach out and just explain yourself. Explain how. Reach out to us at trieddat@gmail.com. We are on Facebook. We have a You Tried Dat group. We're on Twitter, # You Tried Dat. We are on YouTube. We are on Instagram. I think that's all the places we're on. But yeah, listen to the podcast. Tell your friends about it. Tell your family about it. Tell your loved ones. Tell your enemies. I don't care, as long as they listen. Download it. Subscribe. Leave reviews. Send in questions to the mailbag. Tell us what you think. And as always, thank you for listening.
All right. Before we go, speaking of, we're going to answer a mailbag question, which we got.
Nice.
And Chad, do you want to read
so
a question? This is from Hey Mitch Abernathy.
So we got a question from podcast past friend of the podcast, Chrissy, who's been on a few times. So she sent us in a question. She said, You've received snacks from another country several times over now, and then she gave us a little teaser. More coming this summer. That's exciting.
Wah, 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 wah.
But what unique and representative items would you send from your supermarket shelf to a listener abroad that represents the U.S. or your part of the U.S.? So you guys probably have some more nuanced answers than me, but obviously the first thing that pops into my head is a Reese's Cup but let me justify myself here, which is chocolate and peanut butter, or even more importantly, peanut butter in general, is a very U.S. specific thing. If you go to a lot of other countries, they just don't have chocolate and peanut butter. Like, it's not something that they eat in a lot of other countries. Like, when I went to Australia, I was floored that there was no peanut butter Tim Tam, for example. Like,
Right.
It's wild to me. Seems like a no-brainer. So that's one thing that jumped out in my head. The other thing I thought of, San Francisco specifically, but this would be a disaster. They have these things here called Its in the Bay Area, which is like this delicious ice cream sandwich with like oatmeal cookies and like coated in chocolate. And that's very representative of the Bay Area, but probably be a disaster to ship that. It would look like my wife's microwaved pie at Marie Callender's. What do
I
you
think
guys
it's a pretty good choice. I feel like we've found that the chocolate differs around the world,
Right.
so it might be interesting to send a straight up Hershey bar or something like that. Because I'm always interested when we get to taste the different flavors or different like recipes of chocolate and how people in other countries prefer them. So I might just go with the straight chocolate bars. In terms of something like local to where we are, snacking wise, like Geiger by us in Chicago, we obviously can't send like a deep dish pizza or a hot dog. So
I mean, it could.
You could. It's kind of shitty of you. But, yeah.
Right. Snack wise, I can't think of anything that's like specific to the area. What do you think?
I would love to send somebody in Italy like a Lumel Nazis or something. This isn't pizza. What the fuck is this? They all just start cursing at me. I don't know. Like, I think chocolate probably is the best one, only because the things that I thought of would be hard to transport, like Cool Ranch Doritos. There's like local chips or something that like snacks that I enjoy. I don't know that like by the time they got there they'd be dust. Or like Mountain Dew. Like, I like drinking it. I don't know.
A lot of that stuff's
other
probably like
countries.
Cool Ranch Doritos. They probably have, right? Like,
Yeah. So I wonder, like, what specifically is American about like a local, like cheese curds? Maybe if I'm just going back to Wisconsin, like jerky and cheese curds and some of that stuff that I grew up eating a lot more of, or like a corn nut or something I used to like growing up, like eating. That's probably something that's not as prevalent. That are more like representative of American snacks, or like even like American donuts, even though those aren't transportable. Like, I think that's probably something that, I don't know. I guess I don't know if other countries eat donuts or not. They have pastries, but maybe not quite like.
We're just gonna send him a box of Entenmann's to like somebody in France who's got all these like amazing French pastries.
Sacre bleu, it's so dry.
Here's the shittiest powdered donut ever.
I cheated and looked up some things that are hard to find outside the U.S. And the drink they mentioned, Geiger's Mountain Dew.
Oh, interesting.
Hey, there we go.
Take them into your world. But one thing they mentioned on here that sticks out, and I think is a good idea, is Girl Scout cookies, because that actually is a popular countrywide thing that people look forward to, that likely you can't get in other. It's very hard to get in other countries.
Yeah, seasonal stuff like that, I bet, is part of it.
And I think the chocolate answer is a good one too. Like, there's a lot of local, like regional chocolate places. Like we have one in the Bay Area. Like there used to be one, Scharfenberger, that specialized in these like super dark chocolates. Right? Like, it'd be interesting to send somebody a Hershey bar and then like a 88% dark, Scharfenberger bar or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they can contrast. Or like the other kind of candidate would be the types of stuff that, like, for example, my brother gave us that were local to Denver, right? We tried those like Oogie's popcorn or whatever, like that. Those are things
Hammond's
that are
bars and
if
stuff.
they have equivalents like that to like the Chicago area or wherever.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, if you got ideas for this, let us know. Send them over. Be happy to hear them. Well, we're gonna call it for this week. But we'll be back next week when we try out 3 brand new snacks.
Deuces.
Yep.
U.S. Capitol building here in Washington. Well, I wonder who that sad little scrap of paper is.
I'm just a bill, yes, I'm only a bill, and I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. Well, it's a long, long journey to the capital city. It's a long, long wait while I'm sitting in committee, but I know I'll be a law someday. At least I hope and pray that I will, but today I am still just a